Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, who's that other person? No, not because your hair is a mess, but because you feel, just for a split second, that there might be someone else out there who knows exactly what you're going through. What if there actually is another you, living a different version of your life, and they're trying to send you a message? Stick with me until the end of this journey, because we're going to uncover the incredible signs that this parallel version of you may be sending. By the time we're done, you'll have the tools to recognize these signals, tap into their wisdom, and unlock a whole new level of personal growth. Picture this: another version of you, parallel you, is out there, observing every single choice you make. It's like they're watching a choose-your-own-adventure story, only you're the star. But what if it's not just observation? What if this parallel version is actually sending you signs, little nudges, hints, or signals to help guide you toward a better path? Think about it. If you're standing at a crossroads, wouldn't it be helpful to hear from someone who's already been down both roads? This isn't just the plot of a sci-fi movie. It's the idea that parallel realities might actually exist. Scientists, philosophers, and even some spiritual thinkers have been kicking around the concept for years. And now it's your turn to dive in. In these countless parallel realities, every decision you make spawns a new version of you. One version of you took that job offer, another turned it down. One version stayed home, another packed a bag and moved across the world. Every tiny choice you make creates a new reality. And yet, all of these versions share a strange, invisible connection. Imagine if you could tune into that connection. What would these parallel versions of you have to say? Would they warn you about that too-good-to-be-true deal? Or maybe they'd cheer you on, reminding you that you have what it takes to crush your next challenge. So here's the question. How do you start noticing these signs? How do you even know if parallel you is trying to get in touch? The answer lies in the clues that might already be popping up in your everyday life. Some people describe moments of déjà vu, those times when a place, a person, or a situation feels so oddly familiar, it's almost like you've been there before. That flash of familiarity, it might be a glimpse into a life where another version of you has already done it all. It's like the universe gave you a sneak peek at their story. But it doesn't stop there. Have you ever experienced those weird coincidences that make you raise an eyebrow? You think about someone, and they suddenly call. You see the same number or word popping up everywhere you go. These synchronicities, those meaningful little overlaps, could be your parallel self whispering in your ear. They might be pointing you in the right direction, trying to nudge you onto a better path. But wait, it gets even better. Dreams. Dreams aren't just random brain static. They can be windows into other realities. Sometimes you wake up from a dream that feels so real, so vivid. It's like you just stepped out of another life. Maybe you dreamed of a career you've never pursued, or a place you've never visited but felt like home. That could be parallel you sending you a postcard from their timeline. And then there are those moments when life just feels off, like you're out of sync, out of step with your surroundings. It's as if, for a brief moment, your consciousness strays into another dimension. Could this be parallel you, nudging you towards something greater? What if all these signs are trying to tell you that you're capable of more happiness, more fulfillment, more adventure? What if the best version of you is just waiting to show you the way? Now that you know these signs exist, it's time to start paying attention. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into how to recognize and interpret these messages. But for now, keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your sense of wonder intact. Parallel you just might have something amazing to say. Ever had a moment where the world felt a little too familiar? A déjà vu so strong it sent chills down your spine, or a coincidence so uncanny you couldn't ignore it? What if those experiences were something more? A message, a nudge from a version of you living in a parallel reality, trying to guide you down a better path. Stick around, because by the end of this chapter, you'll not only know how to recognize these signs, but you'll start seeing the extraordinary in the everyday. Let's start with déjà vu, that eerie sense of "I've done this before." Sure, some people write it off as a brain glitch, but what if it's more? Imagine for a moment that your parallel self has already been through the very situation you're facing. Maybe they took a certain path, learned a valuable lesson, and now they're trying to share it with you. When you feel that flash of familiarity, think of it as a whisper from another you, a hint that you're on the verge of something important. It's not just a weird moment. It's a cosmic breadcrumb. Now think about those times when the universe seems to be in on the joke. Those repeating numbers, that song lyric you can't escape, or that logo you keep seeing everywhere you turn. These synchronicities might feel like coincidences, but what if they're carefully placed signposts? Parallel you could be planting these clues, saying, "Hey, look closer. This is where you should be heading." When life lines up in ways too perfect to ignore, it's not random, it's guidance. And then we have dreams, those vivid otherworldly experiences that stick with you long after you wake. Sometimes you dream of places you've never been, faces you've never seen, and yet they feel so familiar. It's as if another you is inviting you into their world, showing you their perspective. These dreams could be glimpses of a life you're meant to align with. Think of them as trailers for your potential future, exciting previews of what could be. When you start to notice these signs, déjà vu, uncanny synchronicities, unforgettable dreams, you begin to realize the world is far stranger and more connected than it seems. Parallel you isn't just watching, they're leaving clues, offering advice, helping you navigate your own journey. The real question is, are you ready to follow the trail? Have you experienced a déjà vu that shook you to your core, or a synchronicity that felt like the universe itself was nudging you? Tell us about it in the comments. Your story might help others recognize the signs from their parallel selves too. But how do you start following these clues? Now that you know what to look for, the next step is figuring out how to respond. In the upcoming chapter, we'll explore how to deepen that connection, communicate back, and truly align with the wisdom of your parallel self. Get ready to tune in, because the best is yet to come. And listen, I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude to all of you for staying with me on this journey. Your curiosity and willingness to explore these ideas help weave a tapestry of connected souls striving for deeper understanding. Thank you for your courage, your openness, and for being a vital part of this collective transformation. The road to understanding parallel realities and connecting with your parallel self is not a solitary one. Each comment, each shared experience, and each moment of reflection contributes to a larger shared consciousness. Together, we are not just learning, we are evolving. So as we move forward, remember that you are not alone. We are all explorers on this path, and your insights and experiences are invaluable. Keep sharing, keep questioning, and keep growing. Imagine being able to tap into a version of yourself who's already solved your toughest problems, achieved your biggest goals, and is living the life you only dream about. What would they tell you? What guidance would they offer if you could reach across the barriers of reality and have a conversation? The first step is setting the stage. If you've ever tried meditation, you already know how powerful a quiet mind can be. Start by creating a calm environment, a place where you won't be disturbed. Turn down the lights, turn off your phone, and simply breathe. Close your eyes and focus on the sound of your own breath in and out. Feel your body relax and let the clutter of the day melt away. In this stillness, you're not just calming your mind, you're opening a door. As you relax, imagine a scene that feels deeply peaceful to you. Maybe it's a lush forest clearing bathed in golden sunlight. Maybe it's a quiet room filled with a warm, soothing glow. Now, see yourself walking toward a small table or bench in this space. Across from you, another person approaches. This isn't a stranger, it's you. But not just any you. It's the version of you who's already living the dream life, who's figured out the answers, who's faced your fears and won. At first, just observe. How do they look? Confident, relaxed, radiating happiness? Notice every detail, their posture, the expression on their face, the energy they give off. Let yourself feel what it's like to be around them. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a real connection forming in the fabric of your consciousness. Now, silently or out loud, ask them a question. What's the most important thing I need to know right now? What's the next step I should take? What would you do in my situation? The answers might not come in words. They could be a sudden feeling of calm certainty, an image flashing through your mind, or a clear thought that rises to the surface. Whatever form the message takes, trust it. If you find it hard to get an answer, don't force it. Instead, try journaling. Write down your question and then, without overthinking, let the pen flow. Imagine that the version of you from a parallel reality is guiding your hand. You might be surprised by what appears on the page, words, ideas, or even drawings that seem to come from nowhere. Often, the act of writing opens a channel that your busy mind might otherwise block. Dreams are another powerful gateway. Before you go to sleep, set the intention to meet your parallel self. Say it out loud. Tonight, I will connect with the version of me who knows the answer. Keep a notebook beside your bed, and as soon as you wake up, write down everything you can remember. Over time, patterns might emerge. Symbols, people, or places that seem to hold clues. These are messages, little breadcrumbs left for you to follow. But what if you want something more immediate? That's where guided visualization comes in. Picture your parallel self holding a key. It's not just any key. It's the key to the door of your greatest potential. As they hand it to you, they might whisper something important, show you an image of where it unlocks, or simply smile and point in a certain direction. The key is symbolic, but it's also practical. It represents the action you'll take next in your current life. This vivid imagery not only helps you connect, but gives you a clear sense of purpose and direction. Remember, this isn't just about hearing cool ideas from another version of yourself. It's about using that wisdom in your daily life. Start small. Maybe they suggested trying a new hobby, reaching out to someone, or changing how you approach a challenge. Act on it. When you follow through, you'll notice shifts in how you feel, how events unfold, and how opportunities appear. It's as if the universe is aligning with the choices you're now making. What makes this process truly magical is that it's not a one-time event. The more you practice connecting through meditation, journaling, dreams, or visualizations, the stronger and clearer the communication becomes. It's like building a muscle. Over time, you'll start to feel that parallel self's presence even in the middle of your day. A sudden flash of insight, a gentle nudge in a certain direction, or a clear answer to a question you didn't realize you were asking. Now, you have the tools to turn those déjà vu moments and dream flashes into a dialogue. With each connection, you're not just communicating with another you, you're becoming the best version of yourself, guided by the wisdom of the infinite. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and may the magic of this universe follow you on every step of your journey.